circle, square, rectangle, triangle. Artist, these are our simple, flat shapes. Now, if you want to be cool as an artist, I'm going to show you what amazing artist. I told you I was going to show you how to be cool as an artist. And as an artist, you want to be able to make things three-dimensional. So a circle is our basic shape, and it would become three-dimensional. It would become a sphere. Everybody say sphere. That's right. I'm going to go through these real quick, and then we'll have them all done. Their next shape that you're looking at is a square. If a square turns three-dimensional, it is a cube. Everybody say cube. Let's set these aside. Now, your sheet is different than mine, than its front and back. Mrs. Milligan made this on the computer, so I have mine separate. So now I have rectangle. If a rectangle becomes three-dimensional, it becomes a rectangular prism. Everybody say rectangular prism. Good job. And the next thing I have is a triangle. When a triangle becomes three-dimensional, it becomes a pyramid. And notice, artist, how it has a square bottom and triangle sides. First thing I want you to do is take your pencil and write your name at the bottom where it says artist. You are all artist. Now, the biggest thing when we do three-dimensional, artists, please no crying. It's just trying. Thank you very much. I don't want to see anybody get upset in this art room. So I'm going to zoom it in. Make sure you can see. I'm looking up at the screen. And on the sheet, it says circle, and down below it says draw a circle. Now when you draw, a lot of artists leave their hands on the paper. The movement actually comes from my shoulder. And if you want to start practicing, I know some of you might be in first grade and you might think this is a little difficult, but the sooner you start something, the better it is. So I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to draw it more than once. My drawings up here, artist, will be a little darker than yours so you can see on my video. Now, that is a three-dimensional. I'm going to show you. It says, now you try draw a sphere. Well, we start with a circle, artist. So start with a circle. Remember, it's not going to be perfect. That's okay. And I'm going to show you a quick, very neat trick to have an illusion. You're going to draw a line. Now, I don't want my line. You want to think about sitting on a table. That would fall off the edge. That would not be enough. That would be up above the table. So instead, artist, right about here, you choose where you want. I'm going to draw a line. Everybody say hit a bump and jump. And you want to go right on the other side of that. So that made it look like my sphere is sitting on a table. Now, artist, if we copy this one here, see how it's lighter on this side? Mrs. Milligan wants you to think about if you had a ball in your hand curves around that object, okay? So watch what I'm going to do when I'm drawing my lines, artist. I'm going to draw some curved lines going around my shape. So draw that with me too, please. Like I said, no crying, just trying. Now, if you look really close, artist, let me see if I can zoom in. I think this is as far as I can get. You'll see where I made my original circle, I have lines that are going this way. This is called hatching. Everybody say hatching. And then when you go the other direction, everybody say cross hatching. Good. And I'm just going to keep adding in lines. Now, do you see how that's really dark right there? Let me zoom back out so you can see a little better. Really dark here, lighter here. Well, guess what? All you have to do, artist, is go back in with some more shading, okay, and some more hatching. Make it darker. And then you can make it lighter going around the edge. Another thing I want you to realize is if this was sitting on a table, artist, it would be really dark over here. And my shadow, if you've ever seen your shadow when you've been outside, it takes the shape of you. You're the object, if you're talking about your shadow. Well, this object, artist, is a sphere. So it's going to have a rounded, see how I'm kind of, I don't know if you can see that on the video very well. It's taking the shape of my object. And it's really dark up close. Just try this. You try. I can also bring in some cross hatching here. You can try this. This might be a little difficult. That's okay. And then behind here, artists, if this was my wall, I could bring in a different type of texture to make it look like there's a wall behind it. So that's just a basic, simple way I could have these come in a little bit more if I wanted to. I'm gonna say less is more. Less is, okay. There we go. There's hopefully artists, you're thinking this is super cool. Mrs. Milligan loves to draw in 3D. So now we're gonna go zoom out. And the object that we have is a square, but I say square. And down here it says draw a square. Well, a square has 4 equal sides. Draw your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. Check your shoulder buddy. Make sure they're doing okay. And we're gonna draw a cube. Everybody say cube. I'm gonna show you. It says, now you try and draw a cube. Well, watch Mrs. Milligan first. I'm gonna think of placement. So I don't wanna do it all the way up here. I don't wanna do it all the way down here. I don't want it all the way over here. Kind of right in here. And you can take your fingers and check it first if you want to. So I'm gonna draw a square. Okay, so there's my square. Okay, artist, so once you have your square, I'm gonna make it where it's solid and you can't see through it. And I like to be silly because silly sticks. You're gonna give that square some hair. Do you see that? And it's going diagonal, straight back, diagonal, diagonal. Okay, well, this chin, this is the chin of the square. I told you to be silly. I want it to go straight back as well. Now, do you see something? Maybe you do. Watch, I'm gonna turn my paper. Turn in my paper. Did you see it, artist? Look, it's a table. Watch. My Lego person is standing on my table. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna put my Lego away. I'm gonna turn my paper back around. Mrs. Milligan is always wanting you to use your artist eyes. So this is a side, and this side behind it, look what I'm doing first. Behind it is parallel to this side. Now, do you see how my line, let me zoom in just a little bit closer. See, I didn't have enough space, so I'm gonna bring it back this way and add it. Or you could, if I was gonna make it a smaller cube, look right here, then I would, let me make it smaller. Let me show you what I mean. So if I had lines sticking out this way, I would do the same thing, artist. I would come in and erase those extra lines. Now remember, I do mine a little darker because I want you to be able to see it. Yours is gonna be light till you get it right. Now, I want to have this side be parallel to this side. And now you've drawn a cube. Okay, so when you get done with that, I'm gonna show you something a little special. Do you remember how I put the sphere on the table? Watch what Mrs. Milligan's gonna do. I'm gonna put the box, the cube, on the table. So if I put the line there, it would be falling off the edge of the table. If I put it here, it still would be falling off. So I want to visually think about my background line being about right there. So I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to hit a bump. I'm going to jump. And you want to keep it on the same level. So now my cube, got to erase that little line, went in through my cube. My cube is sitting on the table. Check your shoulder, artist. We are now ready for the back side of the paper. Hopefully everybody's just trying and no crying. I'm going to zoom in. And right here it says rectangle, draw a rectangle. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. The definition of a rectangle, artist, is where it has 2 equal sides. So these 2 sides are equal and these 2 sides are equal. So I would put a line there, mean they're equal. These 2 are equal to these 2 are equal. Okay, so we've got this space right in here to draw. It says now you try and draw a rectangle prism. Well, that's right. We're going to start with a rectangle. I want you to put your rectangle about right down here. So watch Mrs. Milligan first. Put my rectangle down. Okay. And it's the same thing as the cube, but it's a little wider. I'm going to give it some hair, going diagonal back. Check your shoulder, buddy. Make sure we're okay. This is what we're drawing, artist. Okay. And then I'm going to have this one go diagonal back as well. Remember, if I turned it around, my Lego person could be standing on the table. Silly Lego. Turn it back around this way. Now, this side, artist, is parallel to this side. So I'm going to draw that. Same thing again. I've got to take this back a little bit more. That a little bit more. This side is parallel to this side. And this looks like a stick of butter to Mrs. Milligan. Now, would I put my table here? No. Would I put my table here? No. I would take it a little bit further back, just like we did with the cube. Remember, draw a line, hit a bump, and jump. So you try that, artist. See if you can put your stick of butter on the table. The next one that we are getting ready to draw is the triangle. So I'll wait just a second, make sure everybody's ready. Slide this over so you can see it. I'm checking it in the camera. Everybody say triangle. Very good. Draw a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides. Sometimes it's equal. I want all of your triangle sides to be equal for this. This is very hard. Everybody take 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, and 3. So I already told you this is hard. This is going to be tricky. No crying. I'm going to show you first. Now you try. Draw a pyramid. So I'm going to start with a triangle. Very good. And I'll pause there. And I want you to think about a Hershey Kiss. A Hershey Kiss has a softer, wider line on the bottom. This is sharp and crisp. But I want you to think about that Hershey Kiss and its little paper that comes out of it. I want you to straighten that paper. Okay? So have it going at a diagonal. It doesn't go all the way down, okay? Now, pyramid's special. If we look at this artist, the bottom is a square, okay? Now I'm gonna turn this on its side. Look at this, to Mrs. Milligan. This looks like I could put a head on here and have it be a pelican and he could eat some fish. Use your artist eye, remember. So now I'm gonna make this connect, everybody say connect, to this one. So these 2 sides go together. That's my pyramid, that's it. If you want to put this on a table, what I put it here, no, it's be floating. Here, nope. Here, nope. Here, yes. You actually have to go back behind this line. I'm sorry, behind that corner there. So I would draw a line. Oop, I went through my shape, hit a bump and jump. And now my pyramid is sitting on the table. Nice job today, artist. When you get finished, go back, practice all the shapes if you want to on a scrap piece of paper and see how good you can get at this.